Hi, I'm Dr.Lessy, and welcome to a video where I talk about a dead game called WoogiWorld. If you've never heard of WoogiWorld, I don't blame you. While they were virtual online games like Club Penguin, Animal Jam, and Mushy Monsters, WoogiWorld never got the same attention that they did, but it was still a loved game for a good 6 years for many, especially kids back in elementary school from 2008 to 2015. I'm not the kind of person to tell you the entire history of WoogiWorld or every single detail about it. I just want people to know that it had even existed. So I'll tell you what I know in the form of scuffed PowerPoint and scuffed editing and scuffed talking. Rambling about interest on video isn't anything new, but it is new for me, so bear with me. Most of what's left of WoogiWorld has been wiped from the internet. All that's really left is screenshots, videos kids uploaded, and long abandoned blogs from WoogiWorld itself. I'm sure I didn't dig deep enough, but all the screenshots you were going to see is what I could find while just scratching at the surface. We start off at the main page of WoogiWorld with a giant play button ready to press, as well as 3 options above for kids, parents, and teachers. And of course the button that says Upgrades, the membership option. Can't be an online virtual game without a membership option. Wikipedia states that WoogiWorld was a year-long program in which elementary students from grades K to 6 can become members of the WoogiWorld community. WoogiWorld teaches over 1 million children appropriate ways to socialize online. It is a scaled program that provides incentives for children to be active in the real world. To keep its users engaged, it utilized the latest gaming and social networking technologies to teach them the ins and outs of online interaction. For a lesser cost than a traditional education, WoogiWorld helped children learn necessary skills for a wide variety of careers and real-life situations. The program was free for schools that would like to participate. The official national launch of WoogiWorld took place in 2008. It has engaged over 50,000 elementary schools around the nation to date. While the definition isn't totally wrong, my definition is that it was the elementary version of Club Penguin. Just another online community for kids to beg their parents for a membership and try their hardest to be a famous Woogie. With internet safety learning as a side hustle. Before looking at the history of WoogiWorld typed up on a past blog, here's some WoogiWorld terms that are used in the online game. A Woogie. A Woogie is a character that every elementary age user receives after registration. Each Woogie has a unique look that can be further altered by its user. Children interested in updating their Woogie can exchange virtual money for items at stores and apply that money to new clothing from the outfitter located inside the wigwam. A wigwam. A wigwam is a virtual home that is assigned to every Woogie. Woogies can personalize their wigwams by using virtual money to purchase different furniture. Wigwams are also a space for buddies to interact with one another and throw parties. Buddies. Buddies are 2 Woogies that have become online friends. Buddies have their own private chats and are able to hang out in each other's wigwams. Watts. Watts are the currency used within WoogiWorld. Watts can be used to purchase items to customize wigwams and Woogies. Memorize these terms, then completely forget them later. The WoogiWorld history, not the history of the game, the history that WoogiWorld wrote for itself in 2007. Years ago on the planet Wig, a terrible Wiggy named Wiggus Weave tried to overtake the world, but we captured him and sent him to a faraway galaxy. For many years he has been gathering followers so he can return with them and finish his evil plan. These followers now call him Count Weevil. To stop Count Weevil's evil plan, we have gathered our best and brightest Wiggies, including Dr. Wittgenstein, Uyghur, and Mr. Wigwatts, and prepared for his arrival. Instead of trying to fight Count Weevil directly, we sent all Wiggies to safety to the nearby planet Woog, and set up a trap for Count Weevil on the planet Wig. As soon as Count Weevil arrived, we used the internet to activate a force field around the planet Wig to hold him and his followers there. Count Weevil has discovered how we trapped him and he's angrier than ever, but our internet technology should hold him there. The Wiggy you adopted on the planet Wig is now safe in our new home on planet Woog. We have now decided to take the new name of Woogie to honor our new home. So yeah, new lore just dropped. Whip out your new Wiggy OCs now. I was in elementary myself when I was forced to make an account, so I can confirm that the entirety of WoogiWorld consisted of 8 to 12-year-olds. It was always such a thrilling thing to look forward to when going to computer class. The moment that I got that account, I would be chronically online forever. WoogiWorld was in fact my first virtual online game though, and being 8 years old, the power of suddenly having friends inside of a screen was addicting. You already know what a noob is, the term is widely known to every single game out there. On WoogiWorld, however, noobs were spelled as noobs most of the time, but like in many games from like Roblox, these noobs have a very specific look. The one everyone starts off with before their parents give them money to change it up. Even then, however, everyone cool in the game bought the same stuff anyways. These noobs have nothing on, literally. They just have hair and eyes that are horrifying. I mean, honestly, out of everything they could have gone with, these eyes mixed with a wide mouth, too. Then we have the cool players, and yep, that's me. Cool players literally just wore anything other than what noobs wore, and they had anime eyes, cat ears, these specific shoes, tails, all part of the trend at the time. It's also something to mention that certain colored bodies were locked behind a paywall as well, making the colors black, white, basic lighter colors, etc. It told everyone that you spent money if you had them, and thus you were popular. Let's now first enter WoogiWorld, where you can adopt a Woogie, make friends, earn watts, play tons of games, chat, dress up your Woogie, decorate your home, go on secret missions, create custom pets, and have fun. Yippee! Upon getting an account and logging on for the first time, you'll be prompted to meet the requirements provided in order to keep a WoogiWorld a kid-friendly learning environment. This includes cyber safety, cyber ethics, cyber security, and cyber health. All games you go through in order to unlock every part of WoogiWorld that isn't locked behind a paywall. While you could skip these games, there just wouldn't be any point in even playing the game itself if you did. Some of these internet safety games in the arcade were scary. There's just one where you had to decide whether or not to trash the Woogie you were talking to, and honestly, you can just tell by how they look whether or not they've got bad intentions. Along with the arcade to teach you about internet safety, there was the theater that had videos for you to watch. I don't remember most of what's taught through WoogiWorld, but I do remember the very specific ants on a log healthy snack video. You'd have to play games and watch videos if you want to make watts, by the way, so this is one of the ones I would watch because it was short and easy to do. It's forever in my brain. Touching on the learning program subject a bit and whether or not it was successful. Being a 9 or 10-year-old, I really just liked WoogiWorld for the online community that reminded me of Club Penguin. After forcing myself to complete the games they made us to do to learn internet safety and internet skills, we would be allowed to roam WoogiWorld as much as we wanted. And although WoogiWorld seemed rather successful in having a community of actual toddlers, online communities will always have their downsides no matter what age they're directed at. I am sure kids learned something while on the website. I can't discredit it for actually trying to be helpful. It was in a way, but you can't also shove aside the fact that, again, it was an online virtual game. Beloved community in all its glory. What a sight to behold. I should also mention that the servers they hosted were on the map of the United States. You literally just selected what state you wanted to join. Me and my friends always went to Rhode Island for some reason. The community of toddlers, 8 to 12-year-olds, were honestly kinda wholesome. The drama is what you would expect out of kids. It was never anything drastic, really. So things really just remained rather tame. Events were held and every kid on the website would get hyped. You'd see kids asking to be buddies with each other, and you'd typically have 100 buddies each because, being kids, no one cared who they added. We just wanted to be popular even though no one would ever see how many buddies we have. You had your known popular kids who were the kids uploading on YouTube and were known rather well in the community on WoogiWorld, or just the popular kids who got on every single day and everyone knew them. Noobs were usually bullied for wanting to be buddies with everyone, not that it mattered, because the popular kids would also be gathering an army of buddies. Kids, am I right? So like I said, pretty simple drama. The games that weren't educational came in the form of multiplayer minigames. Minigames in the community were games that anyone could host. You'd just have to select start game and your Woogie would start holding a flag telling everyone the game that you were playing. They'd click on your Woogie and automatically join. The best minigame was sharks in the water. It was pretty much hide and seek. You were a shark that hunted down the fish turned into sharks, and you needed to survive until the limit was up or everyone was sharks. There was also a racing game, red light, green light, and a flea market. Which wasn't a game, but I remember it being a place where you can trade items, I think. Or maybe it was just an economy for kids. I think I remember an item being sold for $1 million or something like that. And yes, home. And by home, I mean your wigwam. Wigwams, as explained before, is your home. More floors in a home can be purchased, although only through a membership. A lot of stuff involving your wigwam involved a membership, including a limit on furniture. Cool furniture you had to have money for, and really the only thing wigwams were good for was showing off and having parties similar to the ones you'd have in Club Penguin. There was a wall everyone had on their main floor that you could write messages on, and there was your little changing pod where you changed your Woogie up, a warp pad that took you anywhere, and other stuff that I do not remember. A famous glitch in WoogiWorld was putting furniture on your walls where you weren't supposed to be able to put them. This glitch, alongside the one that got rid of all of your limbs, is also what made you popular. Something else that can be added to your wigwam is pets, in which again, another membership exclusive. Pets were called Boogies. They weren't too big of a deal. Not that many people had them, as I remember, because people got lazy in taking them out. My memory could just be foggy. I know I had a bird pet that I really loved, but that's about it. The membership pop-up telling you that you needed one to access something was a little sus when pointed at 8-year-olds. We need you to help make WoogiWorld a better place by joining Woogie Honors. Give us your money. Sometimes you'd have older kids tricking younger kids who had memberships to give them their password to earn free stuff. And sadly, because this website was full of children, it was pretty easy to take accounts. Though in my experience of getting hacked twice and my account getting taken from me, the support was actually pretty okay. Within an hour of my mom contacting support, they were able to get my account back and even gave me an extra 10,000 watts to spend after the hacker took everything I had. You definitely don't get that kind of feedback that quick nowadays. Parents could also see everything you said in the parent tab, so nothing stayed hidden, even you talking about their divorce. Now let's look at some parent reviews. Don't be naive. Scam mercenary possibly looks very much like to me. I wrote quite a bit, but the system brands my review as unfit language to paraphrase and won't allow it. I think it is essentially a false flag marketing, to coin a phrase, possibly. They sneak under the guise of non-profit and do-gooding to allow schools to participate, then use that school association to claim gov and education depth approval and involvement, making themselves quasi-government and sucking parents in. This is my last attempt at post. If this just doesn't work, I give up on this website. 1-star review. 9 years ago. Well, not completely wrong, but I also read somewhere that WoogiWorld would charge parts twice back then, but what would an online game be without a little bit of scamming and sketchy business practices involved? Kelly. I think this will be good for my kids. So true, Kelly. Although she did write too much swearing. I can't say I remember being able to say fuck on WoogiWorld, though. Castle, horses, and knights. So true, bestie. Speaking of swearing, the restricted chat was fun. Since WoogiWorld is a kids game, the chat is going to be limited. How kids got past this was using words to make words. If you wanted to say kill, you said kick into love instead. It was silly and people got banned for using this, but it usually worked. Maybe that's why there's too much swearing. People were saying Farm United Chicken Kick too much. It certainly wasn't the grown adults cursing, they're celebrities after all. Yep, that's right. The developers and moderators were all called celebrities. People for children to worship every time they joined the game and never leave alone as soon as they stepped foot onto the soil 8-year-olds walked upon. As Bigwig describes then, WoogiWorld celebrities are an elite group of Woogies that I've asked to help me. Each celebrity has a unique talent that they use to make the planet Woog better. Bigwig is the leader of these Woogies, by the way. All of these celebrities in question involved Bigwig himself, Dr. Wiggenstein, Mr. Wigwatts, Uyghur, Professor Woogwise, YY, who is my favorite, he was everyone's favorite, he was a squirrel, Wally Woog, Palace, Woogie Walker, Luke Skywalker, and Wanda Wiggs. All of these celebrities, when joining a game, had highlighted chat, and sometimes would even make their character bigger to be towering over everyone else. They really only joined to host events or say hi for a split moment, or just go AFK and have everyone surround them. While it was fun to have people quote-unquote admire them back then, they were adults calling themselves celebrities and having 8-year-olds worship them. I have said a lot more than I want to say, but this all covers what I know and what I've had the will to look up to jog my memory. But where is WoogiWorld now? WoogiWorld shut down sometime in 2015. My best guess would be that people just grew out of it and WoogiWorld wasn't making money anymore to help keep up the online servers, or WoogiWorld just wanted to try and move on to something better. I came across this Reddit post from 4 years ago, someone asking if anyone remembers the game at all, and it saddens me to know that WoogiWorld seems to be something that'll be lost to time. Again, not that it was ever a huge game to begin with, but I am certainly fond of it. When I said move on to something better, by the way, they made a new game called Woogie Create, and it's apparently just Minecraft, but educational. I don't know, I'm not gonna play it. Also, the game's description is interesting. Finally, a game that kids will like that gives them life experiences as they compete with other kids around the world. Parents, teachers, and all adults will want you to play this game and reward you for doing so. Just imagine, a game that helps you succeed in life that is loved by all the adults around you. Well, being an adult myself at the wee age of 20, I can safely say I don't have any rewards for you to play this game. Especially with these character models. Why are they all wearing sunglasses? Anyways, that concludes my WoogiWorld PowerPoint ramble and a reminder to you that this online virtual game for kids even existed. I have this screenshot of me and a friend role-playing Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs back then on the game where they got a bat and swung at a watermelon, but my friend in present times interpreted it as them swinging at my head and made this meme in honor of it. Very fond memories being created even to this day. If you like this video, subscribe. Or don't. It's your YouTube feed after all. And I'm just a video talking about a dead game.